Hey everybody, welcome to Love and Relo, the voice of the relocation industry. I am your host, Ben Cross, and I'm so blessed and honored today to be here for this very special episode with my newest coworker, Caroline Cook, executive recruiter at GLOMO. What's up, Caroline? How you doing?
Great. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you. It's not every day that I get to interview a new colleague.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here in every way possible.
It is really wonderful having you, and we're excited to have you here in Dallas live with us, not only on the show, but here kind of getting to know the team and getting to kind of work side by side with you and getting to know you a little bit more over the last couple of days. I'm excited to get you know you a little bit more during this interview as well. I've got some hard-hitting questions for you.
I'm excited. I hope I know myself. We'll see.
Yeah, no wrong answers. Nobody can fact check you anyway. Get in the comments here. Hit that like button. Let us know you're out there checking in with us. We got people out there checking in. Sherelle Kilgore. Yay.
Hi.
Caroline. What's up, Sherelle? Love Sherelle. Sherelle's on our wall of fame. Did you know that?
Oh, I had
Sherelle.
The last time I saw her, we had a fabulous meal together in Charlotte.
Nice.
So good.
I like fabulous meals. It's almost fabulous meal 30 right now here in Dallas. We're going out for a nice meal tonight. Mike McGill.
Hi, Mike. He is my professional mentor. Thank you.
Wow.
You're the best.
What does Mike charge for a service like that?
Free. He is free for me. Only
Underpaid,
me.
Mike.
Only me, though.
You should raise your rates, Mike. Doing a great job out there, Mike. Mike's great. Love Mike McGill.
Oh my gosh, she's the best. The best.
Swell guy. Miguel McGill. That's what I call him. Samara Manuel. Look at this. I can't read.
Hi.
I'm so old. I need readers.
I have mine right here.
So exciting. Welcome to the GLOMO team. Appreciate you, producer Samara. Rachel Longo. Welcome, Caroline.
Hi. Hi.
This is awesome. And we got Janet Olkowski checking in.
Hi, Janet.
This is great.
We need to sing. When are we going to sing? We didn't get to do that in Charlotte.
I hear you sing a lot. What is up with that? You sing
whether you like me to or not. That
you
is
were
the
singing
role.
in the pre-show. You were busting a little Taylor Swift out.
I was. I'm not warmed up. I need to warm up. I know. So I do have some, karaoke songs, and I also have to debut new ones all the time. So I do have a playlist on my phone of like karaoke songs that I'm working on. So
you have songs. So tell me your process when it comes to karaoke songs, because you're known for karaoke. I don't know if you know that. When I told Jack Jampel that we were gonna do something together, Jack says, "Yeah, that's great. I like Caroline." We sang karaoke.
Yes, we absolutely did. Sonny and Cher.
Mm-hmm. So how do you decide what karaoke songs you're going to sing?
So it has to be fun, recognizable, new, old, doesn't matter. Something I can actually sing in my range.
I was going to ask you about your range, and do you have a key or a pitch or how? And get in the comments, y'all. I want to know what your karaoke song is. Get in the comments. I see you, Jillian. I see you. Is that Michelle out there? I see you, Mike McGill, Rob Zeitz. If you were going to do karaoke tonight or tomorrow night at a bar in Richardson, Blair Rosenthal, I see you out there. Rachel, Sherelle, what karaoke song would you do? Put it in the comments.
So right now I have two songs that I've been singing. It is, of course, Benson Boone's. I love that song, and I changed the.
Which one is it?
It's the. I don't have the name right, but it's the one. The one right now. It's Little Creatures. Is that right?
Okay.
Or small.
Mystical. Magical. Magical.
That one, and then also Pink Pony by.
Oh my gosh, Pink Pony Club.
That's my jam. It was Titanium for a while. Yep.
Jillian in the comments, Pink Pony Club.
Yep, that's mine.
That was our Nashville anthem.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Yeah. Yeah,
we came
and it
back
bounces
singing,
around.
Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep on dancing at the Pink Pony. All right. I ain't going to go that far. That's a little much. We get it in the comments, y'all. I want to know. Michelle's checking in. Hi, Caroline.
Hi.
Jillian,
Yay.
hey, girl, hey. Rob Zeitz checking in from Wicked Smart, Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Wicked smart.
What's this? Mike McGill saying, I charge in lifesavers and pocket squares. Explains a lot, Mike.
Oh, I love it.
Explains a lot.
I love it.
That's great. Let's see here. Blair Rosenthal says, hi, Caroline. So excited for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You got a lot of friends out here.
Oh, I love it.
Why do you think that is? And don't take that the wrong way, but I
it's
mean,
my
people love you.
amazing singing ability. I think that's what it is. I have coached a few people. Hi, Joe Dudak out there.
Joey Donuts.
No, I really love networking and talking to people and building relationships. I really do. That's one of the things that I love. I love to get to know people. I like to know like the outside of the work information. How many kids you got? Where'd you go to school? What makes you tick?
Yeah.
You know, what are you doing besides this? You know,
We were talking about, we were
Yeah.
getting into college majors last night. It was an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
We'll get into all of that and some of the stuff you're doing with the regionals out there because you're super involved. We've got people checking in, commenting here. What's that? Oh, Ritu. Okay, Ritu, what's up? She says, congratulations, Caroline. GLOMO is great, high energy team. Look forward to hearing a musical Love and Relo.
I'm in 100%.
Jill
Do
can
like
sing too.
the greatest showman little competition. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Sammy's got a video of Jill singing last night. Get in the comments while Sammy uploads that video to the live stream. Let us know what your karaoke song would be. We've got a couple folks checking in. Janet Okowski says, Dreams or any Stevie Nicks.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Ever sing Stevie Nicks or?
I have not sang. I used to sing ABBA, Dancing Queen.
Okay.
That was my original. That was the original back in the day.
Do you have like a key or range that you're trying to stay in?
I think I'm alto. My mom thinks I'm soprano, and so she'll always try to make me sing higher. And I'm like, I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
I've had too many bad habits from a long time ago to make me sing that high
Right.
anymore.
I was thinking about that this morning as I was contemplating making the whole team go to karaoke tomorrow night.
I'm in.
Well, we know you're in. You're not the problem, Caroline. Okay, for once. No, it's for us to use this. Well, it's funny. I was talking to Jill about this, and I was like, we pride ourselves as an organization and always stretching and doing the uncomfortable thing. And I also realize sometimes I tell people to do uncomfortable things when they're comfortable for me, but they're uncomfortable for other people.
Yes, I agree.
That's one of my toxic traits.
Yeah.
Many.
Well, and I just assume that, just because I like it, and I assume everybody else does. And like, it doesn't bother me if I don't sing well, I don't know. Like, people say I sing good. I don't know if they're just being nice or not, I don't know. But I like to, I like to sing. I am the ding dong that is running down the beach with the AirPods and singing as I'm running. And I'm like, I just don't care. I don't care,
That's beautiful.
I just let it go because I really love it. I think I was in a band in my past life, I think.
Yeah.
So I just love it. And so I encourage everybody else to do it. Get
Well,
over
you've
that
encouraged
fear.
us because I've decided that GLOMO as a team, and Daisy doesn't know this. Daisy, we're going to sing karaoke tomorrow night. It was a reluctant okay.
Very reluctant.
Okay.
Okay.
Love you anyway. Heather Morgan throwing you big hearts out there. That's her song.
Hey, Heather.
Michelle saying, oh God, I can't read nothing. Paradise by the Dashboard Light
Yes.
with Jack.
One of the longest songs ever, by the way. But yes, think I have the video, Michelle, by the way.
Really?
I think I do.
Okay. Was that what y'all sang with Jack Champel?
I sang Sonny and Cher. We sang several
Sonny and
songs,
Cher.
by the way. Wasn't just one.
Okay.
This was at Relopalooza.
All right.
But yeah, Michelle, I think I have the video of y'all doing that, I think. Such a great song. Very long.
This is great. This is a lot of fun. People are checking in here, giving us a lot to think about here as far as we're going to zoom in a little bit more on Caroline there. Let's see.
I wonder if they want that.
Blair checking in. I'll be your karaoke partner anytime.
Yes,
Rob
absolutely.
Zeitz, Something by the Doors.
Oh, that's real good.
Interesting.
Really good.
or Pearl Jam if I could just mumble through it.
Love Pearl Jam. Love it.
I got to ask, any Sweet Caroline? I mean, is that ever,
know.
or do we just boycott
For me,
Sweet Caroline?
no. People sing that to me. I don't sing it.
No.
No.
I've been have you been serenaded with Sweet Caroline?
Of course I have.
times.
Several times.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Me
we
and
won't.
Joe sang Temple of the Dogs. That's close to Pearl Jam.
Okay, I've been thinking about this. I think I have a couple ideas for my karaoke song.
Okay.
Maybe Shabuzi, bar song.
Oh, good one.
I like it. Has a little rap, has a little country. Fits my profile, my style. I sing it to the team all the time and make them listen to it. I really like Garth Brooks' Rodeo.
It's a good
I think
one.
my kids listen to that one a lot. Been practicing that one a little bit. I know what you mean about like having a list and like practicing them.
Yeah, I like to practice because I like to know it so that I don't have to stare at the screen and know the words. I like to be able to, take the mic, work the crowd,
Work the crowd. That's
the
so
crowd.
underrated because so many people get up there and they're
Yes,
just
they're
like,
just
it's like they
standing
look like
there.
they're at a spelling bee.
Yes. I used to do Marin. Yes.
Iconic karaoke
Yeah.
duo. Or anything by Bill Withers. Like Use Me.
Oh, he's so great.
So he's a singer-songwriter.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Use Me, Grandma's Hands, which a lot of people, that's digging in the crates. That's B-side stuff. You don't even know what a B-side is, but they used to flip the record
Yeah,
around.
the record.
Yeah, it'd be on the other side. You'd buy it for the A-side, but you'd get the B-side. It's a bonus. Anyway, whatever. Don't worry
She's like,
about
how
it.
do you flip the CD over?
Yeah. Heather says, I know that song. Daisy, funny enough, I will sing Shabuzi. Hey, girl, hey.
There we go.
Let's
There we
go. I think the way you got to start with karaoke, though, what do you think? A group setting first, a group song?
Absolutely.
Easiest way to dip your
Everybody
toe in?
knows Summer Nights, from Greece. Everybody knows that song. So, or at least they know part of
can
it
get
so
through
they
it.
can fake through it. So,
Sure.
and
There
we
you go.
did that at Relopalooza too, by the way.
Nice. I like that. This is great. And Janice says, are you going to start karaoke at GLOMO? Well, I don't think we're going to start it at GLOMO as like a everyday occurrence. It's not going to replace the morning huddle or
I
anything
think
like
we
that.
should. What are you talking about?
We're gonna go out once. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna make sure nobody quits or gets fired, and then we're gonna rehash from there. Maybe quarterly, maybe at best.
I think so. I think so. Maybe
Jill
this
says we
needs
should
to
sing the
be
morning meeting.
afternoon lunch because first thing in the morning is a little rough on the voice. So maybe
raspy, some
maybe
blues.
lunch. Maybe. Yeah. So I always used to know that I had a rough night if I could sing Indigo Girls' Chicken Man song because it goes, Chicken Man, hold my hand. And it would be like really low. And if I could sing it, whew, I had a good night last night.
Janet Olkowski says my favorite was Janet Turner singing Tequila.
Yes.
So funny.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Oh my gosh, you guys have way too much fun. Now
man.
you're involved. I'm gonna change subject. I'm gonna get a little more reloading here. You're involved in a lot of regional stuff.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about the regionals that you're involved in.
I absolutely love it. I love being a part. I am VP of SRRC, which is in Florida, and I'm the president of CMARC, which is in Charlotte.
Madam President. Sounds
And
like it.
that is correct. I absolutely love it. I love continuing the message, continuing, taking, for me, being the president right now, I was handed the baton from the past president, Sarah Goss, and she was already, for the past years, we've just been doing such great work, and it's just continuing what we're doing and growing it from there. And it's so, I'm so happy for where we're going. I'm trying to make it a little bit different. We changed at CMARC, we changed the structure a little bit. At first, when I started being a part of it, just attending, it was 4 or 5 meetings a year, and it was just a working lunch. So I think that was great when it was 100% Charlotte people, but you have a lot of people flying in, and 2 hours is hard to justify and around that, and you're not really getting to network very long and learning as much information as you can. So last year we changed to 2 meetings, full day meetings, and that does does not count Relopalooza. So Relopalooza would be the third.
And Relopalooza is a joint meeting, right?
It is. It's with VARC, which is Virginia, the Virginia Area Relocation Council. And that's in Raleigh, which is halfway, which is another phenomenal event. Highly recommend everybody to go to that. It's
I
phenomenal.
used to live in Raleigh. I know all about Raleigh.
Yeah.
I had my first son in Raleigh.
Oh, such a
And I
beautiful
got the hell out. I
area.
was like, I can't be having all these babies. I
But
Raleigh's
since
great.
but since we've changed the structure of the meeting, I just feel like the content has been just amazing, and we've been able to do a lot of really fun things. Some
That's
of the
awesome.
things
And
that
then
I
you just had your conference,
we
and
just did
it
last week.
looked great. Saw
Yeah.
the pictures.
So I wanted to, being, a supplier side kind of person, the corporates go and have their round table. And I really wanted to, it's just us here together. What can we do to help each other grow? So, I wanted to create a safe space where people can say, you know what, I don't know how. I don't know how to do this. I need to know this. I need to learn, and have a safe, comfortable space to help. So for the past 3 meetings, we've been incorporating kind of lessons, so to speak, that have literally nothing to do with the global mobility space, but it is helping everybody in that space.
I'm going to talk about that for a second. I love this idea because so often I see us relocation professionals going to conferences and getting talked to by our peer group, other experts. And it seems like we're preaching to the choir. We're telling each other that we need to have more robust programs and invest in relocation. We're telling each other, movers telling movers about the driver shortage, or, real estate agents telling real estate agents about, why home sale programs are important, or corporate housing telling corporate, and it's like, you're right. We already kind of know a lot of this. And how often do we sit in the crowd and we kind of look to it, and maybe we know more than the person on the stage knows about the given topic.
Right.
And I love what you're saying now, because the real gap in knowledge that I find is in other types of professional skills, in how to make a business case, for instance, to your boss about getting something approved.
That's a great one. We haven't talked about that.
How to increase your professional relevance in your organization and build
Right.
social capital, things like that.
Right. So what we started actually doing was, I had a member come up to me, because I don't even know what we were talking, because we're friends, and we were just talking about something, and it was all of a sudden he just said, you know what, my boss asked me why I'm not using AI. And he goes, Caroline, when I open up my laptop, I don't know where to go. So that's where I
Like
need
to actually use AI.
correct.
If I wanted to, like, where
Yeah.
do I even click?
Where do I go?
Where do I go?
So our spring meeting, I literally did a live demonstration, and because I realized that over half the room was not using AI, and some of the reasons were, I kept hearing, "Oh, you don't understand. It's not relevant for what I do." And it really is. So this conversation was, this is where you go, www. I literally started from there. And then
And you did this on the screen? Like,
we
you
did it
this
on
up
the
front?
screen. And, we talked about, I said, let's start very basic, like how to write an email. I will type up an email and I'll copy it and I'll plop it in and just say, make this more professional.
And we're using
crisp.
ChatGPT, or
I
we're
just
using a
use
different
chat.
tool?
Exactly.
Okay.
I
Yep.
use chat because not everybody has Microsoft, so I didn't want to use
Sure.
Copilot.
Copilot or
So, and I said I'm using the free just so that they can. And I said why not to use free, and when to use, all that.
Sure.
So we literally started from there. And then I have used it for projects like, I need to know what properties are around this address, and it would pop up, so I could do more for what I needed it to do.
Okay.
So then I opened it up and I had per table help each other, like, what are you using it for? And we had several tables that only one person was using it, and it helped. this conversation was so great. People are saying, I didn't just use it for email. I used it for meal planning. I used it to write my best man's speech. And everybody was saying all the different ways that they used it, and then talking about
Interesting. So they're giving real world, because sometimes we get up there and we give like these generalities, and so people in the crowd are actually giving specifics.
Exactly.
I love it. Hey, Jill, do you have that document you made yesterday with chat that you rolled out? Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah,
What,
I mean,
you made it?
LinkedIn.
You didn't make it with chat? You didn't
that
do all
part.
the formatting and everything? Oh, never mind. A human made this. Forget about it.
Well,
Sorry, I thought you made it with chat. You didn't make it with chat? No. You spent a whole lot of time making that. It's very nice. I'll use the template. All right, never mind. Jill doesn't use chat. Forget about it. Well, it's still really nice. No, but I love this because I was just saying the same thing. I was at a regional at actually at Churn last week, and they kept talking about AI, AI.
And so what people don't know what that means.
Yeah, they don't know what it means. And I'm like, instead of telling us, well, we can use it here, we can't use it there, and sometimes it's good for this, and in the future, like to your point, let's just do a demo. Let's do a workshop where we all bring our laptop, crack our laptops, or for even a few hours, dig in, and like let's do a project for our own jobs in real time together.
So this was an hour and a half. We just and it was very engaging, and everyone said helped each other out, and people were standing up saying what they've used it for, and it was a huge win. And
That's
this
beautiful.
last one, that was last week. One of the things that I saw, what I was seeing was people are getting laid off, like left, and right. You don't know when it's going to happen. And so I talked with our planning committee, and we came up with kind of 3 topics, and then we had a career coach come and talk about it, and it was a huge success. So we talked about what to do now. Like, I have a job. What do I do now? What do I do if I get laid off? And then what is branding? What is personal branding, and what I need to do? Again,
something everyone in the room can use, whether you're in real estate, corporate housing, or moving.
So and it was, to me, when I know something is successful, is no one is on their phone.
That's what I was going to ask you.
And it was engaging. You had so many people, and they're cross-talking in a great way.
In a good way.
And like,
not
they're
in
like,
a bored
I did
way.
this.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
It was really engaging, and I just felt like that was a success.
As a speaker, as an organizer, and you do meetings, you come from meetings, and we'll talk about this. You can look out in the crowd and like, what percentage of people are doing this? Literally,
We've
you can
lost
count
them.
heads.
You literally say,
heads versus faces.
And you've lost them.
And you lost them. They're not coming back because in their email.
Yeah.
I love that. And I bet you when they're doing when you're doing the ChatGPT demonstration, I bet you had everybody's face.
Yeah, we did. So one of the things
That's brilliant, Caroline.
that I'm just constantly thinking about, I want to help, and this is before I actually was honored to be in this position, is I want to constantly grow, and I want to help other people grow. So, I see a lot of people saying, they don't know how to use technology. That could be a problem if you get laid off. And, so I'm trying to work on, like, for the next meeting, like what literally, like, again, talking about basics, like what skills do people not have that we literally need to do a demo for?
Get in the comments, y'all. If you're watching right now, I want to know what your thoughts are on what Caroline's talking about. What skills would you like to see at a regional if you were to do a workshop?
Right.
What could we teach? What could we teach our constituents out here, our friends in the industry at these? Because I love the idea of getting our hands dirty.
Right. But also, as I said, I want to create a safe space where people can admit, you know what, I don't know how to use Excel. That's one of the big ones that I hear a lot.
And it's still so relevant.
And Excel doesn't have to be as intimidating as you think it is. We're not accountants out there, people. We don't really need to know as much as you think you do, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, like, admit that you don't know how to use something, and let's solve it together. Because someone at your table might know how to do it. Let's share that knowledge.
It's a really great time for people that don't know how to use Excel or PowerPoint, because now they have this like cheat code in Chat GPT that can actually make an Excel document. For them.
Exactly.
Some of the stuff I've been seeing coming out, some of these Excel docs that are coming out, are really pretty sweet. We got a couple comments coming in here. Hit that like button, get in the comments. I am fascinated by this approach, Caroline. I'm really impressed by it. Rob Zeit says, are we going to see more Relo super groups with multiple regional groups holding combined events?
Yes, I do 100% think that's going to happen. I have actually heard rumblings of a couple of organizations looking at coming together. One of the biggest factors is cost. I mean, it costs a lot because basically you're doubling what you're used to having. And also budgets were not designed for this additional meeting. So that's some of the reasons and the holdbacks. And also where is the middle? Like where is the middle ground for some of these locations? But I absolutely, I can guarantee there's going to be more. I don't know, exactly who is, but I do know that there's rumblings. And I think it's fantastic. I think it's another opportunity to get new people together.
I agree. And I think it's part of the broader consolidation we're seeing in our industry, right? As there's a shrinking pie of moves, let's just say fewer people are relocating. It's not news. Over the last couple of years, we've had a sustained lower volumes than we've seen the few years prior. And it's going to probably be like that for a little bit. I mean, we're all hopeful that interest rates are going to come down. It's going to have this big boom in home sales and things of that nature. But we just saw Anywhere and Compass Group came together, right? And we're going to hopefully put a Love and Relo together tomorrow about that with Teresa Howe, who's just brilliant and has worked at both organizations. But I mean, these are two of the largest real estate companies in the United States just came together. And we're seeing that type of stuff happen on the RMC side. We're seeing it happen on the moving side.
Corporate housing.
Corporate housing, thank you. And that's all indicative of just there's a smaller pie of business out there. And when there's a smaller pie of business, it supports less and less, of these events and these groups and all this travel and things of that nature. So I think you're right. I think we've seen it now here in Texas. There is now going to be a big Texas, I don't know what it's called. It's like Big Texas, I don't know what it's called. It's a big Texas relocation conference going to be in April 21st, 22nd, I think in Fort Worth. Yeah, because Houston, Austin, and NTRP and Dallas are coming together. And they're doing it, and I think it's gonna rotate in the future. And they have a budget.
Great.
It's gonna be great. You have Great Lakes that does a thing, because each of these individual city ones having a conference, a real deal conference, is hard to do.
It is. It's expensive.
It's expensive.
And one of the things I actually wanted to bring up too is, and this is a huge pet peeve of mine. And, coming from a meeting planner background, this is a huge pet peeve, is if you say you're going to come. If you're not going to come, or you think you might not come, then say no, because these groups are paying for you. And that's usually now we're looking at about $100 a person. So just remember that. So
like food costs.
This is food costs. This is AV. This is the happy hours. This is the team building events. And thank goodness for all of the sponsors out there.
Sure.
But you can do your part. If you're thinking about not coming, then just say no. Just say no. Because I just sit there and watch. I'm like, okay, I just guaranteed 50 people and 25 showed up. That is a huge chunk. So I just paid, it was, $35 a person and over than, what.
Yep.
And it's not necessary. We all are professional. We all know what we're going to do. And if you have to cancel, let the organizers know, because that count is you're counted in. Yep. So, that's just, something to keep in mind, especially when we're trying to grow these associations and growing and doing these joint events. That could be more money going towards something else. So just keep that in mind.
It's an excellent point. I think a lot of folks don't really realize. Mike McGill says, I think Caroline hit the nail on the head. Share the information in a way that everyone benefits, from beginners to experts. That's always the hard thing. It's like know your audience.
Right.
Some people here are beginners and some are experts. And how do you cater that content?
But even if you're an expert, like which we had a lot of people already using like AI, for instance, they were so excited to share what they knew. And then also they learned something else. They're like, oh, I never personally, I have the app on my phone, to use. I use it all the time. Never thought to do a meal plan. And I absolutely love to create meal plans. And I never even thought about doing that. So I was just like, oh, well, that's great. I knew that too. Now I
Yeah.
knew that.
Yeah, that's interesting. And does it also go down to like the ingredient level too?
Yeah.
It tells
So-
you what to buy?
Yes.
Does it make your grocery list for you?
It does. It does. So literally, I did that last week because I was going out of town. So, I had that, and so I just went through and crossed off what I already had. I've also, guys, just to let you know, I said I have ground turkey and a can of tomatoes, and it
What
gave
can I
me
do?
what can I do, and it gave me a recipe. So
Wait. Is it over rice or tacos? What?
it was over rice. So
rice.
it was a turkey skillet, and I added like onions, sauteed onions, garlic. I had zucchini and spinach. Like I just threw a whole bunch of stuff together, which I never thought about doing.
Sure.
And it was great.
That's awesome. We got some folks chiming in here. Sorry, Rob. I got myself in trouble. Rob Zeiss says Big Texas Relocation Conference is the perfect name for a Texas event. Sherelle corrects me, though. I'm sorry, Sherelle. It's actually the Lone Star Relocation Summit,
Ooh, that's a great name.
LSRS, the Great Big Texas Mobility Event. Awesome. Can't wait. It's going to be in Fort Worth. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait to go see the venue. I think maybe in December we get a sneak peek at the venue. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a Love and Relo live from Fort Worth.
Well, speaking of joints conferences, Relopalooza is going to be in May of next year.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Relopalooza in May.
It'll be in May.
I love that. Fantastic. Is that moved up from what it normally
It's
is?
always been in May, and then last year we did it in June, and I think we're putting it back in May.
What is May just better
I think.
with those
Actually, that's a lie.
schedules?
Yeah.
I love lying. We lie on the show all the time.
Actually, hold.
Nobody checks us. You check that out. I'm gonna read Mike McGill's comment. It's a lengthy one. Mike says, and on the supergroup topic, I love you, Mike.
I lied. It's June 23rd through the 25th. I lied.
June 23rd to the 25th. Relopalooza.
I had it
You want
backwards.
to put that? You want to put that in the thing for us there, Sammy? Thanks. Mike McGill says, and on the supergroup topic, I think we need to make sure these groups are still serve the original purpose they were intended for, supporting our industry through networking, education, and community service. If they are and membership is strong, no combination is necessary. But as groups shrink, consolidation is worth considering. Interesting. So how would you know if it's time to band together?
I think exactly what Mike said. I think if your numbers are down, some of the things too.
There's got to be a critical mass, right?
Well,
that you need.
Well, and also if you don't get the participation, if you're having the same old usual suspects on the panels, you might need to look in, some other groups.
That's a really good indicator. Yeah, I think that's also a good reason to just in general have good bylaws on these groups too, right? I mean, there's some groups where you just have they're super healthy. You have phenomenal boards. You have new folks all the time.
Participation and-
Participation. A lot of folks raise their hands. It's kind of competitive to get on the board and things like that. And then you have some where there's folks who have been on there for a long time, and you kind of have some same ideas over and over again. I'm not talking about in particular. I've seen these things happen.
So one of the other things too is, we're seeing layoffs and, the mobility departments and corporations kind of disappear or, get dissolved in HR. One of the challenges that we're having, I've seen in the Charlotte area is those roles falling on an HR person. And, HR a lot of times doesn't even know we exist. So
What do you mean by that?
they are wonderful professionals that have been in their industry for 12 or something years and don't really know the mobility space at all. So they're relying a lot on their fantastic RMC, and that's great. But they might need to know other corporates and, learning how to benchmark and all those, and that information that's not really going to 100% come from an RMC. And how do we get to those professionals to know that, we're here and we can help you? We have a couple of corporate members that they were HR, and they're new to this organization. They were brought on by one of the providers that was like, you know what, you need to meet other people. And I really hope that we can create a great space of trust that, if someone brings them on board, they're not going to, get surrounded, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
And
yeah, that's always tough, right? Because you want people to feel welcome and not overwhelmed, but part of the joy of these events is meeting people.
Right.
And so you don't want to protect people from a good time either. So yeah, that is tough. It's tough. I want to switch gears with you real quick here. And Heather says, yeah, we need a good calendar to know when all the meetings are. Yeah. One big unified. I think ERC's tried to do
they're
stuff
trying.
like that,
yes.
it's tough. We don't always know when these things are, the board doesn't even always know, right?
Right.
I want to switch gears though. Sure. I got to know you a little bit more recently over the last couple of days, and you've lived in a lot of places.
I have.
How many countries have you lived in?
4.
Yeah? 4. Which ones?
The Bahamas, St. Martin.
Okay.
Seoul, South Korea.
Wow.
And England.
And the U.S. presumably?
And the U.S. I've lived in North
we have a lot of
Carolina, South Carolina, and Illinois.
I want to know your status. Okay, great. Okay, good.
I was born in South Carolina. Don't worry.
There you go. Very good. So you're like you're a product of global mobility.
And I didn't even know it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And isn't it funny how people don't even know it's an industry, and they're being buffeted about and carried about by this whole industry and stuff. What was, looking back on that, did that shape the way you view the world? Absolutely.
Totally. I also grew up in hotels. My dad managed hotels at all of these places. And, my dad always taught me, you talk to the housekeeper the same way you talk to the GM. And I kind of, feel that way about everything. Like, why would I, talk down to somebody, just because they're, a different culture or whatever? For me, it doesn't matter. We're all here together. I've seen, beautiful places. I've seen different cultures that are just so interesting and just so cool. And it's just everywhere you go, you fall in love with completely different things, food or location or the beach or, it's just beautiful. And I wish the small regret is I wish that I was able to, have my kids, live in one other country at least, but we love to travel. So we do travel. So
yeah. Yeah. My kids have never been to another country yet. So I hope to correct that. They want to go. Well, my son was obsessed with Canada for a while, which is not that exotic. Pardon my.
It is really cool, though. I will say, I was not expecting to like Canada, and I did.
Canada's great. No, Canada's great. Canada, we love Canada. But lately, then for a while, they were obsessed with Tokyo.
Oh wow!
Because that's where Pokemon's from.
Yep.
So they wanted to go to like Pokemon World or whatever the hell that is. But Tokyo is also one of like the best food cities. So we might agree on that one. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So. Yeah, interesting. You said you grew up in hotels. Did you actually live in the hotels?
Some of them I did.
Yeah, what was that like living in a hotel as a kid?
I was not a brat. Oh my God, I was the worst brat. I was such a brat. Oh my gosh.
When do you say that? What do you mean?
Well, when your dad's the GM of some of these places, when I lived in Illinois, it was a boutique hotel called the DeSoto House. And we had this phenomenal pastry chef that was very well known for making
I want cookies,
truffles.
Damn it.
No, truffles. They had
chocolate truffles?
Chocolate truffles. And they were kept in a wooden box, and locked. They were locked.
Probably didn't have a lock before you moved in.
But I would come downstairs and I would be like, I want a truffle. And they're like, no. And I'm like, do you know who my daddy is?
Do you know my
Yes,
dad
you
is?
do. You say
Open
that
the
every
truffle
day.
box.
Every day. I would come
This
home
is the
from
day.
school.
This is the day Caroline got to talk about talking to the chef the same way she talked to the housekeeper, the same way she talked to the GM. The GM was her father, and now it makes sense. She talked to everybody like crap, and then you get. I'm just kidding.
Yes, totally. I would come home from school. Well, not home. I would come to the hotel. We lived, further out, when we lived there, and I would have to wait for my dad to go home. And I would go to the front desk and I'd be like, "Can I have a room?" And they would let me have a room, and I would, watch TV and lay on the bed and watch TV in a clean room. And then when it was time to go, I would scrape my foot on the ground to make it look like the vacuum cleaner cracks. Yeah. And I'd make the bed and fold the toilet paper back to what it was.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I was the worst. I was the best and the worst.
The best and the worst.
But I will say that hotel was the creepiest hotel, though, because the halls reminded me of The Shining. And whenever I would get out of the elevator, I would run through the halls because I was afraid to stop, because I was afraid that there would be, the twins, play with us forever. Forever.
That's great. So then how many states did you live in?
3.
3 states. Okay.
Yeah.
So growing up in hotels, which is such a funny way to put it.
Really weird.
Growing up in hotels, and then you got into corporate housing.
Yeah.
Did that kind of influence the way you looked at corporate housing?
Yes, a little bit. It does. They're kind of similar, but they're kind of not.
Right.
It is.
They're almost kind of like competitors. Almost in a
yes,
way.
exactly. They are. But you're still, trying to, make someone comfortable away from home. So there are those things you want to make sure that there's all the little touches and everything, just like you do in a hotel. Yeah. So, it is. It was a little. It was interesting how to, the inventory and, all of that. And I kept asking, like, what's our occupancy rate? And, they're like, we don't really, that's not really.
They need a place. We get a place.
Right. Yeah. So it was just like, oh, so you just kind of learn a little bit. Wording is different and, all of that. But overall, I mean, it is kind of the same. You're just making sure that, someone's happy and comfortable.
Yeah. I in talking to you and kind of preparing for the show and stuff like that, you made a point before that age is not an excuse. And I wanted to just ask you what that means to you and where that comes from.
So this is going to kind of go back to my technology comment is, that's, I think a lot of people are like, I'm, I've heard, some people say, I don't need to know it now. And because I'm, older. Whatever.
Oh, like that point in my life of learning this kind of stuff has passed, and I'm not
I don't
early
need to know
career,
Right.
and I don't need to keep up with that, or
right. And I haven't learned it before. Why do I need to learn it now?
or I've gotten here already,
Right.
and therefore I
Yeah.
don't need it.
Right.
I must not have needed it to
Right.
get here.
Right.
I and I want to hear more about that, but you just made me think of something I want to interject on. I feel like our, careers inevitably have this arc to them. And I don't think we always think about careers as a curve. I think a lot of times we tend to think of careers as a straight line. And we say, okay, I'm going to work and I'm just going to keep going up the ladder in a straight line. And they inevitably kind of arc. And I always say, like, the ideal is to get your arc, the break point, at the end.
Right.
So that you're not still, in the workforce where when you kind of do this kind of thing and hopefully by saving or by, elongating through education, continuing education, learning skills, et cetera, you can kind of stretch your curve, your break point, as far as possible. But I think that the break point starts to come when we start to make lists of things we're not willing to do anymore.
Right.
And we talked about that kind of earlier, right?
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to so much to what you're talking about, where it's like, oh, I don't need to learn that anymore. I don't want to learn that, or I don't have to
I don't
do
have
that anymore.
to. Well, you might. What happens if you get
happens if you
laid
don't?
off?
Yeah.
And the person next to you knows how to use Microsoft Suites,
Yeah, or ChatGPT.
or chat. Yeah. Like all of that, or LinkedIn, all of these things that, it's none of it is complicated. That's the thing. I think too, some of us have, grew up when computers were just being invented, and, we were taught and that you could hit one button and literally everything is gone. It's gone, like gone forever. Not,
Yeah.
are you sure? There was no question, are you sure?
Or like Control Z, edit, undo.
Right. No, none of that. It would literally be gone. And I think that is still ingrained in some people. So I think it's fear. Like, I don't think it's,
We're afraid we're going to delete.
or I think that's what it is. I
What are
think
we
I
gonna
personally think
delete?
that's what it is. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess it just kind of depends on, what your, what technology we're talking about, what software we're talking about. But, literally, you can lose it all.
I think it's interesting too when we talk about fear. The fear of trying something new seems to be greater than the fear of staying put, but the risk in just staying put can sometimes be greater than the
Exactly.
risk of trying something.
Right.
And I think that we underrate the risk in just the status quo, and we overrate the risk of the new thing.
I agree.
And I think if this period that we've gone through in the last 2 to even, I guess you could go back to COVID, 2 to 5 years, has taught us anything, is that status quo is not safe.
No.
Status
no.
quo, you can't just count on, well, if I just sit here and do the same thing,
I keep
I'll
my head
continue to
down.
get the same results.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Because
It's time
shoot,
to time to
COVID came along.
change. Time to, now's your opportunity. Now's your opportunity to try.
You really have to be on offense. You can't just be.
And a lot of times the people that are comfortable are the ones that are not comfortable.
What do you mean by that?
They're the ones that are like, basically don't like their jobs, and, but they're just too scared to leave. And,
That's so
because they're
fascinating.
comfortable.
Yeah.
They're comfortable.
We talk to
because
people
they
like that
already
all the
know, they already know what's going to happen, if that makes sense. They don't have to be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going to happen. I've been here long enough. I know what's going to happen.
And I don't want to have to go learn new systems.
And I don't want to have to learn new systems,
politics,
new cultures,
yeah.
That kind of a thing.
Oof.
So,
It's funny. We, as recruiters, we look at tenure differently, I think. Obviously everyone looks at, job hopping, right? Okay, fine. We define what that is and stuff. But the other side of the spectrum too is people that stay in jobs for too long. And we talk
Exactly.
to people sometimes who have been in jobs for 15, 20 years, same company, and have made it really high in that company. And then at some point you start to wonder, well, can I even exist outside of this
Right.
ecosystem?
yeah.
What would happen if I left here? Could I cut it somewhere else, And I think it's really interesting to think about that and to think about fear and the way that it influences us, and how sometimes, fear is the most dangerous thing itself.
Yeah.
More dangerous than
Nothing to
the thing we're
fear
actually
than fear itself.
Yeah, somebody famous,
you're-
JFK or something.
Yeah, some of you never know. Like right around the corner could be the best thing ever. The best thing
Best
ever.
thing ever.
So when while I was not working, I put together a list. I'll have to read it to you later. I put together a list of what I wanted in the next job, and I literally read it to Daisy on the way, Daisy today, and we were just like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's really cool." So I highly recommend just writing a list of what you want what the ideal job would look like. And so put anything down. And I just let my mind go And so the order of things also surprised me too. So like, for instance, money was not number one, which I thought like I would have made money number one, and it wasn't. It was actually number 5 on my list.
Wow.
And so like, it's just,
Would you want to share it with us or no? Would you
yeah.
be willing to share
of course.
how you look at
As
things
I-
and rank things?
Well, and as I said, I just let my mind go. So I just think it's really, really cool. Hold please while I put my glasses on.
Yeah, no,
Hold, please,
definitely.
for that information.
It's worth it. I love this. I love this kind of stuff. This is the kind of and I love specifics too because I love that you wrote on pink paper. Do you write it on pink paper?
I do.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, and it's multicolor, so I'll have like fun different colors, and I just grab
love that.
whatever. And I write with Sharpies because I like Sharpies when I do this.
I also
So I just wrote my ideal job: a part of a team, travel, maybe a leader, great culture, salary, planning, a little creative, account management, question mark, high end, question mark, a product or service that I believe in, hybrid, and the last one you're going to love. Great boss, motivator, supporter, cheerleader, guide. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Those
And
are
then
all
so
the things that are important. That's what the older that you get, you know what you want, you know what you like, you learn. It's just like dating.
Yeah.
Every person that you date, you learn what you want
Or
and you
don't
learn
want.
what you don't want.
yeah.
And so I highly recommend anybody doing that just to see what happens, see what you write down.
Did some of those things surprise you? I mean, I know
Yeah.
you talked about the salary thing being lower on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you manifested it in some ways?
I think I did.
Yeah.
I think I did. What's really funny is that when I told Daisy, I hadn't really read it. I kind of knew a couple of things that I put on there, but I hadn't read it in a little bit.
Yeah.
And we were both just like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
I guess I did. And I didn't realize it. And I had it on my phone because I took a picture to forward to a friend of mine. That's why I even had a picture of it.
Yep.
Because she was like, well, what do I write? What did you write? And so I was like, okay, let me show you. And I just sent it. So,
That's awesome. That's super
Yeah.
cool. Thank you for sharing that.
oh yeah.
My Miguel says check. Wait, you only gave us 2 checks, Mike. I don't understand. There's a lot on the list. Rob Seitz says familiar with their discomfort. Yep. This is awesome, and I could talk to you for a long time, which is good because I will be talking to you
will
for
be.
a long time. And we get a lot of time tonight and the next couple of days to kind of catch up and dig deeper into this stuff. But for now, I don't want to sound like the creepy twins from The Shining, but you want to play a game?
Yes, always. I did major in
Forever.
I did. I did major in recreation, remember? So
I love that about you, by the way. So our core values are truth, love, and fun here. And when we were talking yesterday about like majors in college and things like that, and you were the only one that actually, well, no, Jill kind of pursued her
did
major too.
yeah.
But the fact you majored in recreation, and I'm like, and fun is one of our core values. I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's super interesting.
Yeah.
Recreating.
Yes. I also told my kids too, like one time when they were little, they cheated in a game. And I said, I signed an oath that I would never cheat in any game. I don't want the Clemson police coming to our house. So they still don't cheat to this day.
Wow. Was that part of your undergraduate
That's
studies?
right. It's just like what do you call it? The doctor's oath, the HIPAA oath, or
The
whatever they have to
Hippocratic
take.
oath.
Yeah, the
The recreator's oath?
The
Never
recreator's oath.
Oh my God, that's great. All right, we're gonna play overrated, underrated. Are you ready, Caroline Cook?
Yes.
All right. Do you know how to play the game?
No.
Okay, that's awesome. That tells me a lot. All right. It's okay. We can move on. From here. There's only 2 things you have to know.
Okay.
One, I will ask you a topic, and you will tell me if it is either overrated or underrated.
Okay.
Then I will tell you if you are correct.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's get into it, guys. Let Caroline know how she's doing in the comments. Let us know if you agree or not. The first one up is Dubai chocolate.
Overrated.
First, explain to people out there what Dubai chocolate is.
It's chocolate filled with, I believe it's pistachio paste. Yeah, it's like
Pistachio
a cream. Yeah, overrated. No, thank you.
Is it the chocolate Or it's
of
the
it.
pistachio cream?
I love pistachio. I don't like this texture. Is this texture
Is
is
it
like
the cream?
gritty or
Oh, it's
something?
grit.
And and I don't like the chocolate needs to be richer. I don't like it.
Okay. Where does one find this?
I think it's at Costco if you want a big bag of it too, or Sam's or something like that. But it's literally everywhere. I've seen it everywhere in bars and
It's
Yeah.
a chocolate. It's a candy.
yeah. Yeah.
I need to know. I need to see. Well, I found donuts that are Dubai chocolate recently.
Oh.
That looks phenomenal.
Okay, now that might be good. I do love donuts.
And
That
they
might be
and
better.
they were like super ornate, and they were like
Yeah.
filled with this cream filling that was like really cute
Maybe
and
not
everything.
then.
And I was like, so you know what? Listen, I'm gonna give you this one. You know what? Screw Dubai chocolate. You know what? I hate you, Dubai chocolate. You're overrated.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Mike McGill says the honor code.
Yes, exactly.
The honor code. That's great. All right, 1 point. 1 point for Caroline. All right. Next one up. Overrated, underrated. Pumpkin spice.
Oh, overrated.
PSL season.
Gross. No, thank you.
Gross.
No, thank you. With a big fat no. No.
Okay.
Nope.
Are you a Starbucks person or a Dunkin' Donuts
I
person?
have 2 kids that work at Starbucks. I love me some Starbucks.
She's on the payroll, people.
In every way possible.
All right. All right. You're on my team. That's fine. Hey, Jill. Okay. No pumpkin. What did pumpkin spice do to you?
I like cinnamon and all that. I love all that, but I don't need it in every single thing on the planet. I don't need it in my dish soap.
That's
I
right.
don't need it as air freshener.
That's
I
right.
don't need it in my coffee. I just don't. There was something like I saw that was like crazy, like dog shampoo. It was something absolutely random. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I don't need it in my hand soap. I'm
don't
with you on
need it
that
there.
soap stuff.
Don't
Like
need it there.
at some point, like you're in my body now.
Yeah.
Like I don't
I'm
need
good.
you in my soap. Like
I'm
I don't.
doing everything.
Yeah, you need to go. Yeah, I'll take you in my coffee, but like super like very rarely.
Yeah.
Like I almost want to have to go to like another state to get pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah,
Like if I was like going up to Michigan, and it's like, oh, we go through corn mazes and drink pumpkin spice lattes. I'd be like, okay, I'll do this.
Heather, what is my latte? You know my latte. You know what I
Uh-oh.
like, Heather.
What's the latte? Rob Zeit says pumpkin spice cheeseburgers.
No, thank you. That's a
PSCs? No way.
thank you.
Rob Zeit, what else are you saying over here? Rob, if only Cowboys fans could delete their memories. He's talking about that one key deletes everything. You know what, Rob? Go back to Cambridge.
That's funny.
Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the trick. Pumpkin spice has been getting a lot of hate lately. So it's hard to say that it's overrated because people have been dogging it a lot lately. It's like
Well-
5 years ago you asked me this question. Oh, hands down overrated.
So as I said, I do have 2 children that work at Starbucks, so we always know like when things are going to be released and all
Yeah.
that stuff. August is not fall. That's ridiculous to me.
I'm
that does
sorry because
not need to be
I bought
out.
pumpkins 2 nights ago.
Well,
Uh,
pumpkins
you're
are
sitting-
different. That's
You're
September.
3 feet from a gourd.
I
right
think
now.
that's fine. I love pumpkins. I love fall, but I don't need the pumpkin spice in August.
All right.
Because
You know
it's
what?
still 100
It's hot as
degrees
hell
in
here.
Charleston.
Damn
yeah.
right. All right. All right. Pumpkin spice, overrated. I'll give you a point for that one. Next one up. Good microphones. Overrated,
Yes.
underrated.
I think they are underrated.
Why are you so passionate about microphone quality?
Okay, so I might have a preferred karaoke guy. We have had karaoke at 3 conferences at SRRC, thanks to me, and my karaoke guy, he lets me go in and rehearse. I'm sorry, sing a little bit before anybody.
Warm up. Get your levels right.
That's right. La la la. And you know, we've all done karaoke where we've had really bad microphones, and you're
Sure.
like, I really don't sound like that. And he let me use a microphone that Celine Dion uses. It's the same one, and I was like, oh, send me it, and it's like $5,000. I was like,
So
and that's
he
just
really
the
can't
mic.
sing. She just has a good mic. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Amen.
I love
you
it.
know, I think you're right. I think good microphones are so important. We have a lot of different microphones in this office. We are very particular about good microphones here, and we still can't get it right sometimes. I'll be honest with you. We invest a lot of money in microphones and we can't still get it right. And I still think we need more mics. We need more mics. Anyway. Yeah. In fact, microphones are more important than the actual video quality. They say that people will put up with bad video longer on a clip than they will put up with bad audio.
I agree.
So I'm 1,000% with you. They are underrated, and Celine Dion can't sing. All right, overrated, underrated. Just kidding. Overrated, underrated. AirPods.
Oh, they're overrated.
Overrated. AirPods.
I
Even when
love
you're
them.
running down the beach,
Oh, I love them.
singing your
Do not
heart
get-
out.
I know, which I do. I hate the fact this happened on the way here. I dropped one in between this. It was in the seat. It was in the seat of the airplane.
Oh God.
It was very gross, FYI. I also was afraid. The seat, when they say your seat is a flotation device, did you know they're not kidding?
It's like Velcroed on there.
It was Velcroed on.
That's the good news.
So
You can
I
open it up.
literally-
Bad
yeah.
news is you see all the candy and the hair and then
My gosh.
cheeses.
So
and stuff.
American Airlines is, still has ashtrays, on things.
They do.
They do. And yeah, so I'm like, that's how old the dust is in the seats. It probably was ashes too, probably, maybe a little bit. So yes, I don't like them.
Did you get the AirPod?
I did. Yeah.
I've had
See, that's
several
what I'm
pairs of
saying. Yeah.
AirPods. And
And
I've lost.
yeah.
I'm a wired earphones.
I
person.
have like 5 now as backup just in case. And they'll die quickly. They get absolutely disgusting. And I just, yeah.
Yeah, I love those noise canceling AirPods. I love them. I love them for like 2 months, and then at one time they started shocking my ear.
Yes,
you ever had them shock
I
the inside
have.
of your ear before?
I've been, because I
Yeah.
work out outside
Yeah.
in Charleston in the summer. And so
Yeah.
I'm sweating like crazy. And it's like, oh, I don't think that's
Yeah, is
a
that?
muscle. I'm like, wait a minute, what is happening?
Yeah, you're getting shocked in
Yeah.
the ear. You guys, because you don't work out enough, Jill. You get shocked in the ear like me. You gotta get out there more.
And the charge one will be, 86 and one is at 6%. You're like, why?
Why?
Are they different?
Yeah, I want to love them,
Uh-huh.
but they're just. You know what I need? I need to know where each individual pod is.
Mm-hmm.
I need a tracker for the case and each
agree.
pod because I always end up with an empty case.
Yeah. Do not ask my daughter how many she has lost. It's impressive.
Yeah, all right. AirPods are overrated. I'm gonna give it to you. You got it. You got it. McGill agrees. Last one up. No pressure, but you got a perfect game. You're pitching a perfect game here. You a baseball fan, Caroline?
Not really.
Yeah, me either. All right, here you are, top of the 5th. Pitching a perfect game. Got a no-hitter going. Feel the pressure?
Yes, I do.
All right, last one up. Overrated, underrated. The payoff pitch. Las Vegas.
Overrated.
Wow. And you were in meetings.
I know. That's one of the reasons why I think it's
All
overrated.
right, state your case.
I can't tell you how, if we're talking about meetings, oh my gosh, one of the first meetings that I was on the designer side. This was way back when. I did an event. I cannot remember now which,
The Venetian.
maybe,
Bellagio. Luxor.
maybe this was, okay. The group was Huddle House.
Oh, the pancake place?
Uh-huh.
The Waffle House knockoff.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And they had a trade show. and it was a 3-night program. And we would make all the centerpieces because it was like 1,000 people, and we would make all the centerpieces. And they had a Southern Belle theme in Vegas. Don't go there. And so everybody had a costume. We had to deliver costumes and blah blah blah. So anyway, our office was directly across from the exhibit hall for them. What do you think is going to be at a trade show for Huddle House?
A lot of syrup.
You're close.
A lot of syrup slingers.
Yep, that's going to be there.
A lot of butter, a lot of dairy. Big dairy is definitely going to be represented.
What's fried, covered, and smothered?
The hash brown people. Hash brown constituency is going to be there.
So they had
big potato.
Hash browns and eggs. And that's all that I smelled for 3 days.
They served their own food there?
This is a trade show.
Oh.
So I'm going to, let's just say Orida was there trying to get, the franchise people to use them and stuff.
Our hash browns are better. And then
Right.
the next guy's like, no, our hash browns are
yeah.
better. No, our hash browns are better. And you're just like.
And I'm like, I'm going to die.
love.
And I did not go outside for 3 days because and so I never saw the light of day. And I feel like every time I go to Vegas, I don't know what the outside looks like because you're just constantly inside and everything's connected. And and it's such a mix of people. You want it to be, what is it, Ocean's 11? But I've never seen Brad Pitt or anyone close to looking
valid.
like him
Let me
there.
tell you. So I also wanted to be Ocean's 11. I took my dad to Vegas for his 60th birthday, and we get there, and I rented a Mustang convertible. We drove the strip. I made him pack a suit. And it's September, but it's still September.
It's hot.
But it's still hot as hell. And I was like, we're gonna wear suits. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. And you get there and you wear it. You try to have an Ocean's 11 type of experience, and everybody else is in shorts. Some ironic
Flip-flop.
T-shirt,
Yeah.
flip flops, wearing with a yard of beer,
Right.
and and you're just like,
And everybody's smoking.
and where's the class? Where's the
Yeah.
class? Where's the?
Yeah, it's not there. Not there. It is not there.
All right, bonus, overrated, underrated for you. You know what? You're too good at this. I'm gonna give you this Vegas overrated. I actually had my first good Vegas trip last year, but it doesn't change how I feel. Lifetime, they're still like 1 in 9 lifetime. I'm gonna give you a bonus one, overrated, underrated. New Orleans.
Oh my God, it is overrated. Oh my God. I can tell you, I had a program for 7 nights there, and it was right around Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
I have seen enough parades to last a lifetime. Okay, so this program was 7 nights in Vegas, and crazy stuff happened. The next year, same group.
Huddle House?
No, this was a different group. It was a sales meeting. And then the next year they were in New Orleans. The most insane things happened. And we're like, what is going on?
Sounds lit.
So, the women that make you do shots, when you walk into a bar,
Girls.
The shot girls. And one of them made this guy take a shot, and he roofied him. And
Tiana.
yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was. So this is right before, I don't know if anybody knows this, by the way. I did not know this.
Probably.
Mardi Gras is like a month long. It's not one day. I had no idea.
It's multi-week.
So the very last day is the one that you're thinking of.
Commemorates the end of Lent.
Yeah, right.
It's actually religious.
Yeah. And so this hotel that we're staying in, the second floor balconies,
The Royal Sonesta.
that is it. Oh my God.
Continue. It's your story, not mine.
So they put down plastic on the carpet all on this floor.
Better safe than sorry.
Exactly. And they roll in all these, tubs for all the beer and stuff. So they're doing all that, getting ready for these suites that companies have bought. We could not find this guy. And because we lost him the night before all of this, and we're like, where is he? He didn't show up for the meeting. And we get a little tap on our office, and security is there, and we found your guy, and he was in his underwear asleep in one of those suites, and nobody can figure out how he got there. And this guy was extremely religious and was absolutely mortified, and like left that day and quit the company. But yeah, he was roofied. So like none of that happened. Craziness happens in Vegas. It happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people just can't hold their roof and all. That's what I say.
That's right.
You know what, Carolyn? I threw that curveball because nobody's perfect, right? And so your score for this game was 5-1, a very respectable record. Still an A.
I still
You still got an A. New Orleans is one of my favorite places in the world. And that's why they were laughing this whole thing, because they knew I set you up on that one.
God, that is
I think New
so
Orleans is the most
funny.
underrated place. Everybody hates on it for all the reasons mentioned. I know it front to back, which is why I knew you were talking about the Royal Sonesta on bourbon.
Yes. Yes, that's literally what it was.
Yeah.
And also, like,
beautiful.
to me, like,
I almost got arrested in that hotel.
yeah.
On the balcony at a conference.
Oh,
Totally. It was honestly, it was a misunderstanding.
it always is.
It always is. I almost got tased. Anyway, he was small. I was big. You know what? It's not fair. Anyway, this is great. We can talk more about that later. Rob Zeitz overrated some music and floors at every casino. Same music and floors at every casino. I think he's talking about Vegas. But the Venetian has a burger place with pumpkin spice cheeseburgers.
No, that is
The
wrong.
Venetian. Is that Holstein's Burgers, by the way, Rob? It might be.
Pumpkin spice and cheese together, that's just, and burger, no, that's a hard pass.
Yeah, Rob Zeitz. If only the Cowboys fans could delete their memories. I don't know why I still let you on the show, Rob. Rob Zeitz talking about your chocolates. He says you can go to the store and Dubai it.
Good one.
But all right. This is great. Caroline, it was so fun talking to you and getting to know you.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And thanks, everybody, for getting in the comments. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the merger with Anywhere and Compass. It's sure to change the real estate landscape. So we will see you same time tomorrow, hopefully, with Teresa Howe. Thanks, everybody. Take care.